I'm Thomas Broberg, and I'm Senior Technical Advisor for Safety at Volvo Car Safety Center in Gothenburg, Sweden.
So, Thomas, you're also one of the inventors of City Safe for Volvo.
Yeah, that's correct. We're a number of guys that are on the patent for that, but of course there's been a lot more people involved in designing the technology for this car.
But actually not a whole lot of members. There are only 5 people on the patent.
On the patent, yeah, there are 5 people.
One of the statements you made was safety is all about knowledge.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, Volvo has been studying real-life accidents now for almost 40 years, and we've collected data. We've had a team sent out to accidents, and all that knowledge is, of course, being put into our technical development. And yeah, that's the way we've been working for decades, and that's the way we're going to continue to work with safety towards the future.
But how do you prioritize it?
Well, prioritization is based on the data that we see. Of course, we look at what is the most critical things that we see, the critical events, the most serious types of injuries, and at the same time, what are the most common type of injuries, the most common types of accidents and collision. And then we try to address them one by one with...
Do you look at fatalities or do you look at injuries? Because in the United States we have about over 40,000 people who die every year.
Well, we look at both, of course. I mean, we have to look at the whole spectrum. I mean, you can see, if you look at accidents and statistics, you can see it as a pyramid. And on top, of course, you have all the fatalities, as you mentioned here in the U.S., over 40,000. But that's only the top of the iceberg. There's more than 1.3 million people being injured each year, and there are more than 6 million collisions actually being police reported.
We have insurance, and we also have repair bills on our vehicles that we have to worry about.
Yes, true. I mean, and that's where I think city safety fits in well. I mean, it's a low-speed collision avoidance and mitigation system. It does not address the real severe and fatal injuries. It's addressing the long-term consequent type of injuries related to whiplash, both for the occupants in your own vehicle, but also for the partners in the vehicle in front.
You say that you actually don't make the car stop. Once he takes his foot off the brake, it will then go ahead and roll. Why is that?
Well, the car you drove was an automatic. If it had been a manual, it would have stalled. We would have stalled the engine. But of course, if City Safety had not operated and braked the car, you would have had a collision. We have deliberately made the brake intervention with City Safety very late and quite harsh, so that it will not become a system that you start depending on. I mean, as I said before, safety is all about knowledge, and if we look in the past how we've worked with passive safety and developing restraint systems, crumple zones, all of that, it's very much related to our knowledge as to how the body works and absorbs forces. Of course, when we move into the new era of active safety and preventive technology, we need to learn more as to how we work up here. I mean, our behaviors as drivers. So we're really focusing a lot of our research efforts right now in order to try to better understand that. There are some basic principles still that apply. I mean, if you have a technology that the driver does not use that often, it has to be very, very intuitive as to what the driver should do. So consequently, the design of our collision warning system, we use an audible signal to grab your attention in case you're distracted, and then a red light appearing in your windscreen in front of you, which simulates the brake light of a car in front. And your normal reaction when you see a brake light on the car in front is that you apply the brakes, and that's the reaction we want to have.
Safety belt, the 3-point safety belt. Volvo had the patent for that, and it's now 50 years old.
Yeah, Volvo got the patent in '59 and released it for anyone to use. It was invented by Niels Bolin, the 3-point safety belt as we know it today. There were other.
And he worked for Volvo?
Yeah, he worked for Volvo. Actually, he got hired by one of the senior managers, Engelau, in 57 or 58, I believe.
In fact, you left the patent open so others could use it.
Yes.
Are you going to leave the patent for City Safe open?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, if you ask me, well, I'm not the right guy to make those kind of decisions, but
It's a huge amount of intellectual property.
yes, I mean, if you look at the whole car, I mean, the XC60 that we have behind us here, I mean, that's 80 years of safety development put in.
The rumors are that Volvo is someday going to be sold out of Ford. Who gets the intellectual property for city safety? Is it going to be Ford or Volvo?
Oh, I don't know. I have no clue at all. I guess that's...
City safe.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.